Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Jovian Space Systems launch. I am your commentator for today, Brandon. I am the COO and lead of Europa operations here at Jovian Space Systems. On the pad today, we have a very exciting mission. We will be launching the first
POPV
NROL
pressurization has started.
Get to that in a second. The first National Reconnaissance Office payload for the National Reconnaissance Office. This is a groundbreaking mission for the Europa program and a major step forward in what we can carry. Now, you just heard COPV, or Composite Overwrapped Pressure Vessel, pressurization. The composite overwrap pressure vessels are those have a lot of the important systems for liftoff and on stage 1 and 2. We are continuing to count down here. We are continuing to count down to launch of NROL-1. We cannot disclose any details regarding anything regarding the payload or the orbit. All we can tell you is this is a National Reconnaissance Office
Europa
payload.
engines are primed.
Europa engines are primed, meaning that they are now almost ready for liftoff, coming up soon.
Fuel flow rates are nominal.
Fuel flow rates are nominal, meaning we have a nominal fuel flow rate into those tanks in the vehicle.
Initial FTS checkouts.
Initial FTS checkouts, the flight termination system will blow up the vehicle in case anything were to go wrong. Today we will be attempting a water landing. It'll be softer than many of the other flights, which will demonstrate our ability to be able to throttle those engines down and to also to softly
Mahia
land.
Tracking Station has a two-way link with Europa.
Mahia Tracking Station has a two-way link, meaning that Europa is now getting data from Mahia Mission Control, and it is sending data to Mahia Mission Control. If anyone has any questions, please put them in chat.
Adder's initial alignment has started.
Adder's initial alignment has started. Those gyroscopes, making sure the vehicle won't spin during takeoff, is very vital. Looks like an absolutely gorgeous day here in Mahia. It's only about 9 a.m. So it should be a pretty good launch. Now under T-minus 10 minutes, this is when everything just starts to pick up. So hold on to your seats, because that's going to be a bumpy ride. that pogo bleed procedure should be beginning momentarily with that RCS testing. RCS is the reaction control system, which helps control the vehicle.
Europa sea level and Europa vac pogo bleed procedure. RCS testing underway.
There you go. There it is. RCS testing and pogo bleed procedure underway.
Powers at a nominal consumption rate.
That Europa-9 confirmation that Europa-9 is having a nominal consumption rate, meaning that it is taking a good amount of thrust from the strongback. Pretty soon we should have that switch to internal power. Wait, sorry, the checkouts to switch to internal power. You kind of need that.
Checkouts for switch to internal power.
There it is. Checkouts to switch to internal power. Appears that there may be some of those white puffy clouds coming in the distance, but that does not appear to be a weather constraint today. We should be hearing confirmation of how the weather is momentarily.
This is range. Weather is go at this moment of time.
There it is. Weather is go at this time, meaning that those white puffy clouds in the distance will not be an issue today.
9 sea level Europas are at flight temperatures, ready for ignition at 1.5 seconds.
Flight temperatures ready for ignition at 1.5 seconds. Amazing news there. Just T-minus 6 minutes away from liftoff of Europa-9 with NROL-1.
Recovery areas are clear at this moment of time for launch.
There you go. Recovery areas are clear, meaning the booster. It's not a guarantee that it will splash down today, but if it does,
COPVs have been pressurized for flight.
Get to that in a second. There, if we attempt it and it, hopefully we will have
switching to internal power.
You're now switching to internal power, meaning that the power lines on the strongback will be disconnected. The recovery areas will be clear, so we can fish booster out of the water. COPVs have been pressurized. Sounds like they are happy. It's minus 5 minutes.
Vehicle is now on internal power.
Vehicles on internal power. Those power lines on the strongback have been disconnected, meaning that vehicle now getting all of its power from its onboard power systems. It's minus 5 minutes.
ADERS is now aligned.
ADERS is now aligned, meaning those gyroscopes have aligned, basically eliminating the risk of a spin.
Ground gas closeouts have started.
Ground gas closeouts have started. That will filter out, that will push back any of the remaining propellant in the tanks. In the pipes.
ADERS showing data within expected ranges.
Good news there. Everything continuing to go well from the looks of it. T-minus 4 minutes here. This mission was originally going to be the first
Final fuel top off.
final fuel top-off, meaning that we are now just topping off those tanks with the remaining propellant before we have that.
FTS has been armed.
Flight termination system has been armed, meaning that the range operator can
Hold.
push that red button. Oh, we've had a hold. Waiting to hear why.
Propellant to LD.
Propellant, go ahead.
We are receiving erroneous data on fuel levels. We are investigating. No ETA at this moment.
Ooh, okay. So what we just heard there was an unfortunate hold due to some, quote, erroneous data from propellant load. That we have no clue what that means at the moment. Going back to FTS, range and the vehicle can explode the vehicle in case of anything goes wrong. Now, we are not sure how long this hold will be, as propellant did say that they have no ETA at this time.
Propellant to LD.
So it could be oh, here we go.
Propellant, go ahead.
It appears we have low fuel in the tanks than expected. Recommended action is to revert back to T-minus 8 minutes.
Great news there. Lower
LD to
propellant.
LD, go ahead.
You can start count on your mark.
Resume count at T-minus 8 minutes on my mark. Three, two, one, mark.
And there we go. A lower than expected fuel in the vehicle is not great. So now we are back at T-minus 8 minutes. Question in chat, can it hold? Well, as you just saw, the vehicle held for some erroneous fuel data. And now we're back at T-minus 8 minutes. So even longer
Propellant
wait
to
at this
LD.
time.
Propellant, go ahead.
Fuel flow appears to have been fixed. We are now showing data within expected ranges.
Good news from propellant there. T-minus 7 minutes.
9 sea level Europas are at flight temperatures, ready for ignition at 1.5 seconds.
You're ready for ignition? Can we hold again? I believe we can. It may not be for long though. Because Europa has a rule where if you hold for about an hour, 30 minutes, it would be just an automatic scrub. Yeah, so we still have a
COPVs
lot
have
of
been pressurized
margin.
for flight.
COPVs have been pressurized for flight. Good news there. We still have a lot of time in our window today. So if necessary, we could minus 5 minutes here.
Ground gas closeouts have started.
Ground gas closeouts have started.
Final fuel top off.
Final fuel top off. We are now
Top off valve has closed. Vehicle is fully loaded with propellant.
so that top off valve has been closed.
Flight computers are
Meaning-
communicating with ground computers. Automated checkouts are underway.
Top off valve has closed, meaning the tanks are full with propellant. You also heard tanks are full with propellant there too.
Clamps have been disconnected. Strong back to retracting to 87.5 degrees pre-launch position.
Strong back now in pre-launch position with its clamps disconnected from that vehicle, from Europa-9. What happened with the rocket? We had some erroneous fuel.
Go, go, pull for launch.
Oh, here we go.
Propellant.
Propellant is go.
Propulsion.
Propulsion is go.
Range and LV is go. We are go for launch.
Go for launch. T-minus 2 minutes.
Tanks are pressurizing for flight.
Tanks pressurizing for flight. This is when everything happens extremely
Engine
quick.
sensors reading green. Go for ignition at 1.5 seconds. RCS testing complete.
RCS testing completed.
9 Europe sea
Fuel
level
has
and Europe
been-
vac. Final engine chill has started. Engine bay purging.
Final engine chill
TTAD
has
canisters
started,
are ready to
showing down-
ignite.
There we go. Everything going haywire at this point. I am going to be quiet. Enjoy the launch of NROL-1 from Jovian Space Systems of Europa-9. Godspeed, Europa-9.
Tanks are at flight temperatures and pressures.
Europa-9 is in startup. Flight computers have taken over the count. Final verification has verified that we are go for launch.
Go for launch. Exactly what we
Flight
wanted
data
to
is
hear.
now logging.
Ground gas closeouts complete. Europa engines configured for flight.
Here we go.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Ignition.
We have liftoff. Go Europa.
And liftoff of Europa-9 with NROL-1 for the National Reconnaissance Office. Go Europa-9. Go NROL.
Vehicle is pitching downrange. Avionics, power, and telemetry nominal.
Europa engine propulsion is nominal.
Engine propulsion on Europes are nominal. Beautiful views as the vehicle heads downrange.
Trajectory is nominal.
Trajectory is nominal. She'll be hearing that max Q and supersonic call out soon. Can see as we get higher into the atmosphere, the plume will start expanding.
Propellant levels are nominal.
Propellant levels nominal. Beautiful view.
Europa-9 is supersonic.
Europa-9 is supersonic, past Mach 1, past the speed of sound. Coming up on max Q.
Europa-9 is max Q.
Europa-9 is in max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure, which is the peak mechanical stress Europa-9 will face today. There's that plume expanding. Absolutely gorgeous. There's that throttle down. Onboard views of that inner stage. There's Miko.
Miko stage separation confirmed.
And
Europa vacuum engine ignition.
And Europa vacuum engine ignition confirmed. We will not be showing any payload cams today due to the classified nature of this payload, but we can show stage 2 as it goes into orbit. We should be seeing stage 1 here very shortly. Stage 2 telemetry has cut out, as expected.
Stage 1 boostback startup.
There's stage 1 boostback. And boostback shutdowns with those grid fins deployment. So stage 1 is on your bottom. And there you go, there's fairing separation.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Fairing separation confirmed. You can see those grid fins moving the vehicle. However, they don't really have any control this high up in the atmosphere. Stage 2 looks like it's continuing to burn nominally.
Stage 2 nominal trajectory.
Nominal trajectory call out for stage 2. There you go. You can see the pale blue dot, Earth, coming into view. Vehicle is very stabilized from the looks of it.
Back throttle down. Back shut down.
I don't think you heard it there, but we had a good nominal orbital transfer, meaning that we are not in orbit yet, but we are in a good transfer orbit. So we would be going into a coast phase. This is not because of what the payload is, it's because of what we do on every launch. Now all eyes on stage 1.
Final trajectory is nominal stage 2 and stage 1.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
There's that entry burn of stage 1 as it re-enters Earth's atmosphere, slowing down dramatically.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
Entry burn has shut down. Here we go. Really coming down. 9-kilometer altitude. Faster than Mach 1. Appears to be going Mach 2. We should be
Stage 1
seeing
landing
that
pad startup.
landing. There's that landing burn. Of Europa-9.
Stage 1 has splashed down into the Pacific Ocean. Recovery operators moving to secure the vehicle.
And a successful splashdown of stage 1. It was definitely a lot softer than before, but we did hear that nominal orbital transfer, which means that we have a good orbit transfer.
Stage 1 FTSS safe vehicle detect procedures have begun.
Well, because of the classified nature of the payload, we do have to end the webcast today. Thank you all so much for watching. I was your commentator today, Brandon, the COOLEO. We keep an eye on our socials, as we will confirm payload deploy eventually. Stay tuned, everyone. Thank you for watching.